there, I'm Autumn, and I blog at It's Always Autumn. Today, I'm going to give you a tour of my brand new DreamBox. It's completely transformed my craft room and made it a place I love to be. This is a sponsored post. I was provided with this DreamBox in exchange for a review, but I'll be completely honest and tell you exactly what I think about it. The video will give you a tour of the box and show off the different features, and you can also click through to the blog post for more information, including the pros and cons of ordering a DreamBox. In the post, you'll also find information on the big Black Friday sale that's coming up. This is the best time of year to buy a DreamBox, so if you've been looking into one, you'll want to check this out. Now don't worry if you're watching this video after the sale is over, because you can always use my code AUTUMNDREAMS to get $100 off of your purchase. So if you take a peek over there, you'll see that I have a smaller matching cabinet. That's actually the brand new sew station, and this photo shows you how it looks when added onto my DreamBox. It's pretty sweet. If you love to sew, this is definitely something you'll want to look into. In this video, I'm just going to show you the DreamBox. I'll do a second video to show you all about the sew station. Okay, before I tell you more about the box, I think we should start with some embarrassing before photos. When we moved into a new home 4 years ago, I was thrilled to finally have a dedicated craft room, so I wouldn't have to keep sewing at the kitchen table. But when we moved in, I realized I am not good at organizing and I'm not good at decorating. And I didn't even know what to do with my room. It's a pretty small space, so I just threw in a couple of IKEA tables and an IKEA bookshelf, and then started shoving all of my supplies in bins and into the closet. These pictures are actually what my room looked like when it was clean, and most of the time it wasn't clean. It was such a mess that I ended up avoiding it and spent a lot of my time crafting back at the kitchen table again. So when the makers of the DreamBox contacted me to see if I wanted to try out a DreamBox, I thought this sounds like the answer to all of my craft room problems. And it turns out it was. Now there are a lot of things to love about a DreamBox, but my favorite part is that all of this can fold up into one beautiful cabinet. Pretty cool, right? Everything's closed up and tidy. So if my kids want to come and play in here, I can have all my supplies put away so they can't get to anything. And then when it's time to craft again, all I have to do is open it and set it back up. Let me show you how easy that is. Set and ready to go. Okay, before I get into all of the details about the different parts of the DreamBox, I want to tell you a little bit about the delivery and the setup. So the DreamBox has three main pieces. This center piece here, and then each of the doors, which fold open and closed. Now this is a large piece of furniture, which means it comes in a giant crate, and I mean giant. So the shipping company is going to need to contact you to schedule that shipment so that you can be home to tell them where that should go. With the pre-built service, what I had to do was unbox the crate and break it down, and then have someone help me bring those three main pieces into my room and attach them together. Now, attaching them together is really pretty simple. So I would say that unboxing the pieces, bringing them in, standing them up, and putting them together probably all took an hour or two. Once the three main pieces are together, you also can insert all of your shelving, and you'll need to unpack and insert all of your clear bins as well. You get a sheet of paper that gives you a suggested layout for the shelving, but it's all completely customizable, and you can put them wherever you would like. I would say that adding in all of the shelving probably took me another hour or two. So with the pre-built service, I spent 3 to 4 hours getting my box completely set up. If you don't have the pre-built service, I would plan on an additional 3 to 4 hours to build those 3 main components. So once the box was all set up, then it's time to start organizing your supplies. I really wasn't looking forward to going through all of my supplies to move them over, but it was a really good thing that I did because I realized I had purchased the same supply 2 or even 3 times sometimes, just because since I wasn't organized before, I didn't know what I had. Now that I've moved everything over and gotten it completely organized, I know exactly what I have, and so there's gonna be no more buying things that I don't already need. So my DreamBox came with 80 of these clear totes in 3 different sizes. Now you can also purchase your box with 40 totes if you don't think you'll use as many of them, and that saves money. These totes are fantastic because they're sturdy and they're clear so you can see right through them. Now, you'll see that I have lined my totes with colored cardstock because I just wanted my box to be beautiful to look at. I didn't want to go out and buy a lot of color coordinated supplies to make it pretty, so cardstock was an easy and inexpensive way to make it look nice. I was planning to put tags on them so that I would know where everything is, but I found that I've actually memorized where things are pretty quickly. So there's these taller bins. Over here in these bins, I have a lot of things that I use when I'm photographing blog projects. Like this is Christmas stuff to make it look Christmassy in the background of my photos. That one's Thanksgiving. The ones up there are Easter. These are nice for stickers or for cards, for anything taller. On this side, I have more craft supplies. These taller bins are nice because they come with dividers that you can add in. So you can divide them into 2 or 3 different sections to keep things even more organized. There's also a whole bunch of these little tiny bins, which are really nice for small items like buttons or brads or letters for letter boards or anything that's small and would get lost in a big bin in a normal shelving unit. So as you can see, there's lots of these to hold a lot of items. These larger bins are just over 12 by 12 inches, so they're great for holding scrapbook paper or anything that's a little bit bigger. I have tissue paper in some of them, gift bags in some of them, cutting boards, circle cutters, all sorts of things in these other bins. I also have some of them full of folders where I keep all of my PDF patterns. The outer doors are really fun because they come with 2 rods for each door, or you could set them all up on one door if you wanted, where you can put twine or ribbon or washi tape. And these pop in and out really easily as well. You get 16 of these small clear plastic jars for things like buttons or ribbon. And then I love these hooks. You could put all of your silhouette tools if you use silhouette. I just have lots of scissors, and so it's a nice place for them to be. Over here on this side, I have ribbon and washi tape, and then my acrylic paints, the cute straws that I use when I'm photographing recipes. It's just a fun way to keep your supplies visible so that you can easily see where they are and also make it look really pretty. I have some extra space. I haven't even filled this whole thing up yet, which is pretty great. And then underneath the main table, there's even more storage for larger items. So this is where I store my pretty dishes that I use for recipe videos, but you could have larger bins or totes down under there. So this is the main table. I have it set at sitting height because I prefer to craft sitting, but you can raise it so that it's at a standing counter height. Then this is a side table. I have the left side table. This is an add-on purchase that you would add on to the cost of your DreamBox. It's really nice because it gives you a much larger workspace. I was actually planning to get the right side table as well, But then I ended up getting the sew station, which I told you about before. The side tables are a great way to maximize your workspace or make enough space for somebody else to join you if you want to craft together with a friend or if one of your kids wants to be near you while you're working. Okay, that is a tour of my new DreamBox. All in all, the DreamBox holds a ton of craft supplies, and I love how organized I feel. Plus, it's really pretty, so I really like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, you can click through to the blog post where I'll give you even more information about the DreamBox. I'll also show you my sewing station and how great that is in conjunction with the box. And you'll find the info on the Black Friday sales. Remember, if you click through and decide to purchase, to use my code AUTUMNDREAMS for an additional $100 off of your price. Thanks for visiting. See ya.